Hey, I hope you're well. I want to show you today my workflow for creating all my Terraform modules with AI. I do not type any syntax structure anymore. I only use AI. This is the way of not just the future but the now. Here is a preview of my prompt, but first let's go check what we're going to build. So here I'm just taking Azure as an example. I want to build the Linux virtual machine, and it's going to have, I've just scrolled down a bit to the example, but it's going to have a network interface which will be associated with it. It's also going to have something called an Azure managed disk, and then these disks are attached to the virtual machine by using virtual machine data disk attachment. So let's look at the prompt. So here's the prompt I'll come up with, and you can copy it, improve it. I'm going to put it in the description below. I want you to create a Terraform module. Here are the criteria. It should contain these resources from the azurerm provider: Linux virtual machine, network interface, managed disk data disk attachments, what we just covered. And a summary. This will allow to configure a single virtual machine Linux, a network interface, which is referred to in that virtual machine resource, and one to multiple managed disks, each to be attached to the virtual machine, just to make sure that the AI knows what we're talking about. Do not use your existing knowledge of these resources or the provider. Do not web search. So I don't want it hallucinating anything. Instead, I will paste the documentation for you to refer to below. So this is a purely mechanical process. I don't even need any deep thought or anything like that. The module should be flexible enough to handle any and all documented arguments for these resources, but do not include deprecated arguments. Outputs should be provider.tf, variables, locals, main, outputs, and a readme. And also include an examples folder with 2 examples, one basic, one more advanced. In the variables.tf, put the mandatory variables at the top, so where the argument is required, and it will say that in the documentation, and put the optional variables next, and give them all a default value of null. This means that when they want to be used by the user, they can specify them, but if they don't specify those variables, they will just get assigned null, which means unset. And in the readme, include these sections: intro, core features, releases, which is a table with columns of version and semver, and a description. And use comments to give helpful context, as if it was a team member reading the module code for the very first time. And here is the resource documentation for your reference to create this module. So I put these little placeholders here. This is telling me I need to go to the document and copy and paste here. So let's have a look at that. So for all of those resources, I'm going to copy and paste literally from the latest version, and I'm just going to go like this, and then I'm just going to go all the way down to the bottom. And I'm not bothered about import or timeouts, but I'm just going to shift click here. So we copied everything from the top all the way down to here, and then we're going to paste them in the respective place here, so that they'll appear between these backticks. It's very clear to the AI what is a document and what is the rest of our prompt. So here's one I made earlier, and you can see here the first one is a virtual machine, and it goes through all the other ones. So this is super huge. So we have what we need. Let's go to the AI. Now I just want to say I've chosen DeepSeek here. What I would do is use the best available that you have to use. So ideally you want something that's really good at coding, such as I think Claude Opus or ChatGPT 5.2 Codex at the time of this video. What you can also do is even use something like Microsoft Copilot. The one in your company will be better than the general free one. I've used the general free one, and it does make mistakes. It's not that great for this level of coding. And what I would say is I'm using, this is the best available to me, DeepSeek, but what you want to do is you want to turn off deep thinking. This is not a big thought and analysis type of task. This is simply a mechanical task to create a module from the documentation. So turn off deep think, or you're just going to make it go crazy. And you notice I've also turned off web search. I do not want it to go search information, because I've given it already exactly what it needs. So you can see here I pasted in that prompt. Let's go see what it says. I just saved time scrolling down because it's a super long prompt, but luckily no problem for DeepSeek. And it says I'll create a comprehensive Terraform module, and here we go. So first, provider.tf, that's pretty standard. Variables.tf, so the required variables are at the top. There's a comment banner that I asked it to do, and here you go. This is awesome. Imagine in old times you'd have to type this in by hand. What a waste of your time. It's done it for you. It's taken it from the documentation and done it for you. And you can edit this if you want and simplify it. Optional variables are all here, and you can see that they all default to null. And they can be, so it says they can be omitted if not needed. Let's just zoom in a little bit more. That'd be a bit better. And obviously, because this is quite an advanced module, there is a ton of variables. Imagine having to write this by hand. And one really cool thing is, see, look, now we've gone to a different section which is just for the managed disk. And you can see here, this is very good practice. I didn't even have to tell it to do this, but it's using a map of object. So each managed disk is going to be represented by a single variable map, which is going to contain strings and numbers, mostly strings, maybe bools and things like that. This is best practice, and you'll see what this looks like in an example later. It's using a locals. You may not be used to locals, but imagine having to type this in by hand. This is just insane that it can do this. Here's main.tf, so it's got the different resources that we were looking for. Where you see dynamic, that's where a block appears, so there can be multiple instances of a block depending on your configuration. Again, can you imagine doing this by hand? It would just be insane. Why would someone pay you to do this by hand when you can use the AI? This is how your manager is going to start thinking soon if you're not already using AI to create your Terraform modules. So all those resources that we asked for are down here. Let's look at the outputs. Do you remember typing these by hand? All of these outputs for all of those resources, it's done it for you, including the ones that are going to use for each. So say for key value in this and that, etc. Imagine typing this by hand, and no doubt you're going to make errors. But the AI does it for you. And here's an awesome README. It's got a quick intro, which is basically what I asked for, which is about a VM with network interfaces and managed data disks. Core features just goes into a little bit more about that. A release table, which I wanted, and also a little bit about the examples. Now let's look at the examples. So here's a basic example, and it gives you everything in one file. So it's just a single file, but you can split it into more files if you wanted to. And here, pretty typical in an example, we weren't concerned about the networking. We were assuming that was already set up, but typical of an example is to just give you a basic example of some networking that you might need. Here is a module, and we've got required variables such as the name and the size and stuff like that. Single network interface and image reference and all that kind of stuff. Managed data disk. So this is a single disk, it's a single object. Data 1 it's called, which has these various strings and numbers in it. And then some outputs. Now here's a more advanced example, and you can see here it's got multiple NICs, multiple data disks, and some other settings as well. And if we look down here, you can see again networking, key vault, the kind of stuff that you would need to have on hand already for such an advanced example. But here is the module, and here's the required stuff again: name, size, stuff like that. Multiple NICs, and the bit I want to show you really is the multiple disks, because that's more interesting. So here we go, manage disks. You got a standard disk, one using I think that's a premium tier. Premium SSD, standard SSD, and you can see here these are different configurations, and each one is a different object. Well, in this case it's a map object. Some people prefer to just have an object and not a map of an object. It doesn't really matter. It's the same thing at the end of the day. And look, another disk configuration. So this is incredible. It's just incredible. And here are the outputs. Look at this. Can you imagine doing this by hand? For multiple network interfaces, outputs on multiple managed disks. This is insane. This is just absolutely insane. So basically AI models are at the level now where if you use a semi-decent model, it can easily create Terraform modules for you. There's no need for you to do them by hand anymore. You should definitely, as a starting point, use AI. And what I would say to you is, my recommendation, if you then create another module, another module, another module, something else you can do is upload all the code from the first module when you're happy with it, and say, use the structure and style of this first module as a basis for the module that you're about to create. And that way it won't look like it's made by another developer, because AI can sometimes do that. In a different session it'll use a different style. You can just tell it to copy the existing style and keep a consistent style for all your modules. And this is just awesome. So here again is, you can call it the inspiration for your new modules. You can use this prompt. I will put it in the description below. Let me know what you think about this. There are people saying now the creator of Node.js is saying, look, we're at the stage now where nobody should be directly typing syntax and structure into an IDE. They should be using AI. And I 100% agree with that. You shouldn't be wasting your time doing things that are prone to errors. Use AI, use it for your Terraform modules especially. I also use it for Python and Bash scripts as well. And it's just awesome. So hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye.